Welcome to the series Vitamins for Whole Health, short lessons on the vitamins that keep our bodies functioning optimally. I'm Thomas Lemke, registered dietitian and the clinical director of Whole Health. This installment is about vitamin B3. Now, what is vitamin B3? It is a small group of water-soluble molecules, including niacin and niacinamide. Remember that water-soluble simply means it mixes well with water and not with fat. Niacin also goes by the name nicotinic acid, or nicotinamide in the case of niacinamide, so called because niacin can be created by the oxidation of nitric acid with nicotine. Since that reaction does not take place in your body, this does not mean that smoking is a source of niacin. That said, your body can actually convert the amino acid tryptophan into niacinamide. So what does vitamin B3 do? Well, it helps convert nutrients to energy. It helps to create cholesterol and fats. It helps to create and repair DNA, and it sometimes even acts as an antioxidant. As for the benefits of adequate vitamin B3, there is potential benefit for the treatment of schizophrenia. That being said, investigations into heart health benefits have been disappointing. It turns out that niacin can help to lower cholesterol a moderate amount, but when it comes to heart disease related mortality, there is no discernible benefit at this time. Now, all that being said, the best benefit of having adequate vitamin B3 is that you don't have a deficiency of vitamin B3. And the reason for that will become clear on the next slide. A vitamin B3 deficiency is called pellagra. With pellagra, the way you know what it is when you see it is related to the 4 Ds. Because in pellagra, you get, in this order, diarrhea, then progressive to dermatitis, which is then progressive to dementia, which is then progressive to death. So great reason to make sure you have adequate B3 stores is just to avoid those things because, yes, adequate stores will prevent a deficiency. Somewhat axiomatic, I will grant you. In terms of groups at risk for deficiency, certainly those with niacin-limited diets are at the top of the list. Much of the world, for instance, consumes the majority of their calories each day from corn. Now, corn is naturally high in niacin. However, it is bound up in the plant in such a way that it is not absorbable in the human gut. That said, certain preparation techniques can release the niacin and allow for absorption. See, when corn was first introduced to Africa, pellagra from niacin deficiency became a real issue, as the knowledge of how to prepare corn was not introduced along with the corn itself. Over-reliance on under-processed corn, yes, under-processed corn is an issue as much as over-processed corn, meant that not enough niacin was being consumed each day in areas that depended upon corn as a food source. At the same time, the native peoples of North and South America, whose diets were also comprised mainly of corn, did not experience these same issues with pellagra because they possessed this knowledge. The secret sauce is nixtamalization, which is the process of alkalizing the corn by soaking it in calcium hydroxide. That is, simple lime. This releases the niacin for absorption in the human gut. Now, of course, alcohol abuse and the use of chemotherapeutic compounds can also affect the body's ability to absorb vitamin B3. And carcinoid syndrome is a disease of slow-growth cancer cells in the gut. They tie up all the tryptophan into the production of serotonin. And without the tryptophan to provide a backup supply of niacinamide, the body is even more at risk for deficiency. So how much vitamin B3 do you need? An adult male is going to need 16 milligrams per day from all sources, and a female recommended daily allowance is going to be 14 milligrams per day. Sources as follows. You can get a lot of niacin from your meat sources, things like beef, chicken, liver, fish, all good sources of vitamin B3, brown rice, and fortified grain products, whether we're talking about cereal grains in the form of breakfast cereal or breads or what have you. Nuts and seeds, legumes, and believe it or not, bananas, and of course, lime-washed corn. When it comes to toxicity, we do remember that this is a water-soluble vitamin, which means toxicity is rare, especially from food. Now, from supplements, you can get a toxicity syndrome. This is characterized by reddening and flushing skin, itchiness and tingling on the face, arms, and chest of the body. Depending on how much you're taking, could also result in dizziness, blurred vision, high uric acid levels, which is an issue with gout in particular, and in the most extreme doses, liver inflammation can result. Thank you for viewing the vitamin B3 installment of Vitamins for Whole Health. We'll see you around.